Well, guys, welcome to another episode of the Vanna White conversion. This series has been fun until this episode. I hope you enjoy the video on insulation. This part of the project took way more time and materials than I could have imagined. I also ruined my van in the process. I think I'll let myself on day 3 describe this. This is a disaster. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tim. It's my friend Tate. We're gonna insulate the van today. So we've taken everything out. We've covered the new floors in plastic. We went to Home Depot. We did all the shopping, and we're gonna get started. So first things first, we're gonna use foil and fiberglass duct insulation on the window bays, and then we're gonna tape that down and cover that in a polyiso board. Shout out to YouTube for teaching me everything that I've ever known. Up next, we have polyiso 1-inch board and the great stuff. Cutting it roughly to size of the bay window and spraying it with 3M adhesive on one side, pushing it into the wall, and then sealing it with the great stuff. So the funniest part about day 2, keep in mind, is that all I've done is a couple of hours of YouTube research, and I'm talking about this like I'm some sort of expert, and then I proceed to put a bunch of foam insulation in a place where you never should insulate, and I ruin my van. Enjoy. What's up, guys? Day 2 of insulation. I really wish I had done more research on this before I jumped into it. I guess the first lesson, as you've probably already noticed by now, is that you shouldn't put in fiberglass insulation without a shirt on, gloves on, shoes on, pants on. Tate and I were pretty much destroyed after that. This is day 2. As you can see, all of the panels are on the walls. Most of the holes are covered up with fiberglass. One thing that you don't realize, there's so many of these holes that need to be filled. If there's a thermal bridge like this, then these things don't work as well as they could. So, you know, I learned about that as I was going on. So basically, you gotta stuff all this with either fiberglass or foam, and I didn't know that at first. And so I basically just made like 15, 20 more of these disappear into the nooks and crannies. I wish I had known that before I did my first 4 trips to Home Depot. I fucked up. Don't do the panel with the seatbelt in it. God damn it. My seatbelt's ruined. I gotta do this right now. Fuck. Fuck. God damn it. Oh, motherfucker. Fuck. Oh, I'm so stupid. I am the dumbest motherfucker that ever lived. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is so bad. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. Fuck. This is a disaster. Well, guys, it's still drying. I'm gonna try to detach the seatbelt, but I'm gonna have to replace it, period. I mean, look, the seatbelt sensor is just covered in this shit. I ruined the seatbelt. I'm gonna have to star bolt. This is gnarly. What was I thinking? All right, so it's day 4 maybe of insulation. Nobody tells you on YouTube how much of these materials you're gonna need, and it's way more than you think. If you're gonna spray your van with foam insulation, you're gonna need many, many dozens of cans, especially if you wanna cover all the thermal bridges, AKA the ribs in the middle. You're gonna need a lot. Number 2, there's a really good reason why people say not to use fiberglass. It's not very effective. You end up having to seal it anyway with foam, and fiberglass just gets everywhere, so just don't use it. Be really careful where you spray the foam. I've obviously ruined my seatbelt. Now I have to take a Dremel tool and dig all that stuff out so I can put a new seatbelt in. I ruined the seatbelt. The beauty of living in a van while you convert it is that you can't learn these things on YouTube, because everybody converts these vans in driveways or warehouses and not in the real world while they're living in it. So I'm learning these lessons and I'm grateful for that. Yeah, this is the last day of insulation. There'll be no more insulation work after this. Shout out again to Tate Nelson, who helped me on the first day of insulation. The Adams family in San Diego have a driveway to put in the first layers of insulation. Shout out to the Langner family again, because I'm back trying to fix the damage I've done. Basically, the last steps of insulation for me are to take out all the fiberglass bats that I put in the ceiling ribs. They're useless. I just need to foam that whole thing. And then take the reflective duct insulation, the Duct King insulation, and put it on the ceiling. I don't want to lower the clearance, so we're not going to put the foam boards, the polyiso foam boards there. Then we're going to seal it all with aluminum tape, and then we're going to shave down all the edges so I can eventually put in walls and not stare at this ugly foam for the rest of my damn life. Alright, so I'm done. Gotta buy a new seatbelt. Done with the insulation. I don't care how bad of a job I did. I've spent enough time and money on this. All the holes are filled. It's messy, but better than not doing it, you know? Thank you to everybody who donates to my Patreon. You help pay for the materials and then the new materials when I break things. If you're taking lessons from me, I'll see you Monday. Tune in to the next episode where we put in the ceiling fan. Bye.